Ladies and gentlemen, I'm bringing sexy back to you in the eyeballs with a dash of doom. And we're going to start this Saturday night early morning adventure off with the sun as we're facing a coronal hole and a bunch of solar dots. You can call them whatever you want to, baby. I'm easy. Although I don't want to infer the wrong thing, it's actually really hard to get into my pants, even though I get accused of being thirsty all the time. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, I'm a bit concerned. It's true. Not about Comet Wirtanen, which is set to pass by Earth in about 48 hours at a very close distance of a bunch of millions of miles away. It's like 30 lunar distances. It's like 30 times the size of the moon. Wait, the distance of the moon? If it was 30 times the size of the moon, it would probably be a whole lot brighter. Anyway, you and your sweetie can probably go see it right now. If there's not a lot of light pollution, just look up to the right of Orion. It's a pretty shitty description. But this is not really about Comet 46P Wirtanen. I'm just saying, this is one of the interesting factors we got going on in the process we know of life. What I'm tracking right now and looking at enough to go, hey, let me talk to you, baby, is this low we got going on in the ocean right now. And right now, this mofo is generating 43-foot waves. And there's just something about its dang structure that was like, holy smokes, I better share this with my friends, my fellow Asteroid Fight Club members, and the Astonishers, and whatever random people who just happen to be watching this video. But look at that thing. Like, what the heck, man? That is wild. That is weird. And that is just crazy. I got to point out again that on the 30th of November, we had a 7.2 earthquake in Alaska. And then on the 5th of December, we had a 7.2 or 7.5, 7.3 earthquake in the Sandwich Islands. And then on the 10th, we had a 7-ish earthquake in the Loyalty Islands. And so, if this 5-day trend holds, and it does seem to be related to and correlated to this coronal hole, or the coronal holes that are all around the sun, not all the right way around, not 100%. Plus, we get our sketchy little black box. Well, if the sun goes down, we'll just retrieve that black box, and we'll know what had happened. Was that joke crappy? Sweet. What was it talking about? Oh, yeah. So, we are on earthquake watch right now. Technically, we're always on earthquake watch. And I hate to point out, one of the things I've learned from Dutch Sense, who is as much of an earthquake master as you can be publicly in 2018, that when there's not a whole lot of earthquakes going off, that means pressure's building. So this has 28 in the last 24 hours. And the other night it had 100. So this is definitely at the lower side of the scale. And the 7.2 earthquake was here. And then the 7.5 or 7.3 was around here. And I think the other one was down here. So I was guessing if it's good, because it went boom, boom, and then boom, if it followed another pattern, that would put it in Europe. But that is just like wild speculation. I mean, heck, there might not even be an earthquake And I tried to jinx it by putting possible 7.0 earthquake in my last video. So that way people can be like, see, the earthquake didn't happen. And I'll be like, yep, I prevented the earthquake. We are working magic here at Thor News. So that's it. Just saying, yeah, this is pretty weird, too. Like, that's a pretty, I'm watching this thing like a hawk. And what is it about a hawk that makes him a much better watcher than all the other animals? I'd like to know. Cats are good at watching shit. Most animals are good at watching stuff, Other dogs are better at smelling. Yeah, and our little red pressure seems to have grown a little bit more in size. And so this will be moving east. Just look at that. That is, it's bigger than the United States. 72-mile-per-hour wind. And that's the European. This is the GFS. But just the giant hole in the middle, that's what's got me so perplexed. And it just seems new in the structure. Do you know what I'm talking about? It's okay if you don't. Sometimes I don't even know what I'm talking about. And so, I'm just here with you on a Saturday night saying, hey, we got comets coming in. The purple green Aurora E have been magnifico all year. But maybe we should take Selena Gomez's advice and kill these waves with kindness. Yeah, use spooky action. It's like imagination, quantum mechanics. Now I'm just off the rails. Okay. But we're going to watch this fascinating data roll on by and do the Euro. Which is watch how the whole thing is just going to kind of surge. I probably didn't put it in the best spot. I mean, that's 20-foot waves, even down in the lower spots. And then notice how there's another giant low behind it. And so, yeah, there's wild, weird, strange activity going on in the oceans. And that always makes things more interesting, shall we say. I'll go back for a second, if you don't mind. I mean, that would put 33-foot waves on Saturday, which is today. Like right up to the coast of those areas. Port Hardy? Yeah, those are some pretty high waves, man. So, I got a wind. What? 90 freaking, what the hell? 94-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Yeah. This will be Saturday at 9 p.m. I think that's Texas time. So make it 7 p.m. Maybe Canada time. But just look at that, man. That is flipping nuts. I gotta read a thesaurus so I can get better at words. And then Europe. in United Kingdom, you guys are getting all windy too. It's a windy world. So yeah, I will be up on top of this for you guys. That's what I do. Technically, it's my full-time job. I am your planetary defense commander. And this is a situation. Very interesting, for sure. Yeah, that thing that's like Europe is some interesting times. It almost looks like that thing you put inside of a 45 record. Do you guys even know what those are? Maybe they didn't exist in this dimension. Vinyl? They're like the singles and the B-sides. Now I just sound like a crazy person. That's okay. It's YouTube. Technically, it's okay to sound like a crazy person on YouTube. The only place it's really not okay to sound like a crazy person is the airport. You definitely don't want to be acting too weird at an airport. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Whoa, and look at that wind field coming out on the 22nd. What is going on? Anyway, that's what we're doing. Just give me an interesting weekend. What is that one spot there? So windy. Okay, well, it is a bit of a thingy. Definitely a bit of a thingy. Man, if I had a little mini helicopter, I'd fly out there and just watch those waves. The moonlight off the waves, and then I'd hold your hand. We'd have to probably put the little helicopter on autopilot at some point. Was it talking about? Oh, yeah. Anyway, I'll be back. So I'll probably miss you. I want you to have a good night. I'm spooky action high-fiving you right now. Do you feel the tingles? You're so cool. Talk to you soon. God bless everyone. Stay cool.